Welcome back. All our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to see us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. Besides the news and updates, the Channels TV app has an eyewitness feature. We encourage you to use it to share those pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the eyewitness menu and follow the instructions. The federal government has delivered over 5,000 bags of rice to victims of insurgency in Yobe State in northeast Nigeria. The Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Mrs. Khadija Bukar Abba, who presented the foodstuff to the state government, lauded the synergy between the state officials and the security agencies in the region. The items are contraband goods seized by the Nigeria Customs Service and deployed to traumatize people as directed by the federal government.
Acknowledge and thank the government and people of the state for their perseverance and belief in the power of destiny. Your Excellency, worthy of commendation is the approach and style of the distribution of materials, food items, and even services with uttermost precision and due diligence to the internally displaced persons. It is very instructive to note that beneficiaries of this gesture are settling back into their communities. Life is indeed returning to normal. Farming activity, the mainstay of the regional economy, is gradually picking up while our children are back to school. This is a strong indication that Nigeria is winning the war on insurgency. We are very optimistic that this situation will be sustained till full peace is achieved in our land.
It has no doubt come at the nick of time when food items are much sought. The importance of delivering food and non-food items is informed by the fact that the returnees are people who have not cultivated their land or engaged in their normal livelihood for the past several years. They will obviously need continuous delivery of relief materials up to the time they will consolidate themselves in the returned communities.
Lawmakers in the House of Representatives say concrete action must be taken to check the increasing rate of kidnapping around the country. Debating a motion of urgent national importance on the need to declare a state of emergency on kidnapping, lawmakers unanimously agreed that the crime is taking an alarming dimension across the country, with even school children being abducted from school. The House is calling for a security summit that will fashion an effective response to the kidnapping phenomenon. In the South-South, the governor of Rivers State has directed newly sworn-in Caretaker Committee chairman to pay up all outstanding salaries of local government workers as they settle into office. Swearing in the 19 Caretaker chairman for a 3-month tenure, the governor warns against reckless spending, insisting that financial matters at local government levels will no longer be business as usual.
The pattern of expenditure has changed. I am therefore going to regulate what each local government will collect as security fund, what your impress will be. Before impress, every salary must be cleared. I will allow you to call for jack, but on no account must any money be released except salaries have been paid, and after salaries have been paid, no money until I approve. So all this clamor, oh, I want to be chairman, my boss. You find out that it has no basis. People just come and sit down, be signing up money as if we don't know what to use money for. It is no longer going to be that. So if I hear, of course, like what happened last time, you collude with HPMs and treasurers, and that's why I'm telling the local government service chairman of the commission, if any HPM or treasurer tries it, then the person should consider himself or herself to leave the service.
Mr. Wike, River State Governor. The Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Benin City has granted the request of the People's Democratic Party and its governorship candidate in the September 28, 2016 election, Pastor Sage Izeyamu, to inspect election materials used for the election. The PDP and its candidate had, through their counsel, Barrister Kingsley Obamoge, sought the leave of the court to order the inspection of electoral material used for the exercise. Barrister Obamoge says the request was to enable the PDP and its candidate build a case that will be presented before the tribunal. The Federal Road Safety Corps says it's recording low compliance of drivers with the directive to use speed limiting devices in commercial vehicles. The sector commander of the FRSC Response Squad, Edo Command, Mr. Samuel Odukoya, during an interactive session with stakeholders in Benin City, the Edo State capital, says there's no going back on enforcement of the directive.
Stakeholders from the public transport sector, particularly fleet operators in Benin City, the Edo State capital. They are here to meet officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC RS51, on the necessity of installing speed limiting devices in their vehicles. The FRSC has identified excessive speed as the leading cause of road crashes, hence the need to ensure that drivers drive within safe speed limits.
Reducing road crashes through proper sensitization of drivers, stakeholders, and everybody involved in the transportation business, and the need to restrict drivers and vehicles to specific speed limits has been in the front burner of Federal Road Safety Corps.
One of the approved vendors for the supply and installation of speed limiting devices hands out a brief tutorial session.
It is also a speed limiting device basically meant for trucks. We introduced it for trucks operators. And it also is a smart digital speed limiting device.
Some participants speak on challenges faced in conforming with the FRSC directive so far.
Appeal to them to bring the price down for us. Because from my own side of this side, like my own opinion about the money, if they can bring it down minimum to be 15,000 for us.
To help us extend more time for us and lecture all these drivers.
Commander of the FRS 5-1, Edo Sector Command, says the level of compliance is disappointing in spite of adequate provision of the speed limiting devices nationwide.
We have 38 vendors all over Nigeria and which in the country that they have all the offices in all the states. Like here in Benin, I know about 3 in Benin City here. So these are the people that we fix. They have the what they call it, the material. That's the speed limiting device himself. They have the fees and they put the gauge of the speed limit.
The Federal Road Safety Corps continues to engage the relevant stakeholders on the need to install speed limiting devices in vehicles before wielding the hammer on defaulters.
In the southwest now, the Ogun State House of Assembly has passed a bill proposing 25 years imprisonment or death sentence if life is involved for anyone found guilty of forceful takeover of land with the use of any firearms, offensive weapons, obnoxious or chemical weapons, or the said offender causes any form of injury or uses violence on any person in the state while trying to take land forcefully. The passage of the bill followed the presentation of the report of the Special Joint Committee on Land and Housing, as well as Justice, Ethics and Public Petitions, led by the Deputy Speaker and the sponsor of the bill. Now, it will be recalled that the state government and the Assembly had recently argued or assured that the relevant but an all-encompassing bill that will prefer a lasting solution to the illegal activities of land speculators and grabbers who've been violently dispossessing people of their landed property in the state was underway to curb the menace. You're watching news across Nigeria. We'll stay in the southwest. When we come back, the Department for International Development empowers women and men doing business. Stay with us.